Hey guys, so this was one of my most anticipated movies of 2020. It was a movie that I was really looking forward to seeing in the cinema on the big screen, but it got released on VOD yesterday, so I was a little disappointed, but at least we got it this year. That's what matters. And I wouldn't say it's a movie that really benefits too much or would benefit too much from being in the theatre. I feel like it was a good choice for VOD. So the title Antebellum, it actually refers to the period of time before the Civil War, and that is what this movie is seemingly about. So I love that period of time. I'm a bit of a history buff. Now let me be clear, I am talking about the clothing, not the culture. I love the way that women dressed back then. It was so beautiful and feminine. And I would love to dress like that, but wearing a big fancy ball gown in the middle of a shopping centre would probably make you get a few weird stares. Anyway, so this movie opens up on a working plantation, and for the first act of the movie, it is taken part on this plantation, and there is abuse, there is rape. It is violent and brutal and a very, very hard movie to watch. So if you're easily affected by those sort of themes, you probably won't want to watch this movie. So the way they transition from the plantation to the modern day was really well done. They zoom in on her face and then they zoom out and it's modern day, and I just thought that was really clever. So a lot of people are saying that this movie was very heavily influenced by a book by an author named Octavia Butler, called Kindred. So I've actually read that book and it does seem like it's true. That is very, very heavily influenced by that book. But you know, in this day and age, I would say that everything is influenced by something. It is really hard to come up with a real, genuine, unique idea. So I don't really care too much about that, to be honest. And it's obviously also influenced by M. Night Shyamalan, why can I never say that dude's name correctly, and Jordan Peele. And the producers of Get Out and Us were actually on this movie, so you can really get the vibes from those movies on this. So Get Out and Us was definitely better in my opinion. I thought they did the whole horror, racial commentary so well, but it missed the mark. It just missed the mark in so many areas. So this was beautiful on the surface. It was very well done visually. It was very, the set design, the costumes, they felt very authentic. But I felt like a lot of this movie was a bit of style over substance. So we have this really impressive opening scene with this tracking shot that goes from the front of the plantation, and we see all the glamour and the beauty and the nostalgia of the front, and then it sweeps in one motion to the back and we see the brutality of how the people in the back and the slaves are getting treated, and just that dynamic from the beauty and glamour and peace of the front to the violence of the back. I thought that was just really well done. So obviously this is a movie with a lot of social commentary. I have no problem with movies having a political message as long as they are a good movie. My problem with this is it often felt more like a political message with a movie rather than a movie with a political message. And I've read almost every reviewer that says this movie was racially exploitative. And some of those reviewers, I remember saying that Cuties, they said the movie Cuties, which is about exploiting children sexually, was a good movie. So how is it okay to do that but not to do this? You know, you can't have it both ways, people. Anyway, this movie doesn't really bring anything new to the table. The horror, racial commentary, like I said, it's been done before and it's been done better. But I don't really feel like that was the point of this movie, to bring anything new to the table. It was just to have a discussion about how racism still exists today. And yes, it does, and it is horrible and disgusting. But look, I felt like this movie it was a little in bad taste, I feel like. it was done in this day and age a little bit to capitalize on the current racial tensions going on in America at the moment. And we had the whole, white man bad trope that we see so much these days, and I am getting sick of that. Anyway, so the big twist is basically that this isn't a sci-fi movie like it was portrayed in the trailer as being. And almost all the good shots were actually in the trailer. I don't feel like we had a lot of really good visuals that they weren't showing in the trailer. Like, the cinematography was okay, don't get me wrong. It was pretty good. The acting was good, especially by Janelle Monáe. But yeah, I would say most of it was shown in the trailer. So the twist is that it's all modern day. They're not actually in the past. It's basically these evil cosplayers. I feel like evil cosplayers are the best description of these people. Basically, they got this plantation and they're like a Civil War reenactment group, and they just took it way, way too far and started kidnapping people from the outside and bringing them on the plantation and forcing them into the roles that they wanted them to be. And yeah, then in the third act we get like the big revenge, and it should have been gratifying to see, but it just felt a little bit empty and hollow when we finally got there. Like I said, it feels like it's a lot of style over substance in this movie. I want to see a black horror movie that's not focused on race. That would be really cool. So the score was good. The violin really added to the tension. I really liked the music. The twist, I saw that coming from the beginning. It really wasn't a surprise when we got there. Like, I don't know. It just didn't really feel very impactful to me. The second half of the movie, the second act, was a little bit slow. I would have liked to see a bit more going on in there. A bit more character development would have been nice. I just felt like it really failed to deliver on the emotion in this movie. It felt empty and hollow, and yeah, like we don't know why these people are doing what they're doing. Like, obviously racism, but go a little bit deeper with that. Show us why they're doing it. Like, show us character development behind these villains, how they got started. I feel like to see more of that, it would have been a lot more impactful. But yeah, it's not a bad movie. I would give it a C. I would say it's not something that you should hurry out to see, but it is definitely worth seeing. So if you've seen it, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it, and please help me out and subscribe to this channel. Share, like, comment, it all really helps me to grow. Thank you.